Right? Is that start? Yeah, it started. I am Wavium. So before we get into the patch notes, I will just make a yo thing here. The plushies have been restocked. This video seems to keep getting like it keeps getting like views. So it's a pretty big topic, but they are being restocked for a release of October 25th. So if you want, I would because they restocked other stuff on their site before as well. So I said in that other one that they would probably restock it. Here's the restock, October 25th. If you still want them, $20 each. Don't forget shipping. If you really, it's a waste. Okay, I'm gonna say right here, my opinion on these is that it's a waste of money for how small. Man, these are T-Change, not big plushies or like standard plushies with my Alchemy Stars Vice plushie here. Good Vice. It's not like that. These are very small T-Chains. So be aware of what you're paying for and how much you're willing to pay for them. So if you want them, they're there. But on to the patch notes. Greetings, dear manager. 2025, July 24th, schedule update notice. It's a dead week. It's a dead week. So, it'll be same time, 2 hours on the 24th. So, in TST, whatever they call it. Mirror Dungeon functionality updates. Ego Diff search function, which allows the players to select additional ego diffs to start the mirror dungeon run, is now added. Okay, so ego diff search function menu appears when you've selected the starting ego diffs. Assume start select up to 3 additional diffs. Every tier 3 or lower ego diffs can be selected, save for fusion and sale only ego diffs. All ego diffs obtained via ego diff search can be used or used for fusion regardless. Wait, what? Can be used or used for fusion regardless of difficulty. It's a bit weird. It's like used or used. Starlight toss increases for each ego diff selected. Fusion and sale ego diff. Fusion and sale only ego diff, and tier 4 or higher ego diffs not be obtained via the ego diff search function. A new UI element that allows users to toggle ego diff search will be added to starting ego diff selection window. So there are the pack exclusive ones. So you could get that syncing one, which requires 2 packs and bring the exclusive ego diff in both. The automated factory and the what's Rhodia's called again? Whatever Rhodia's was called. And you had to get like the buff print of Baba Yaga and fuse those into tier 4. This would make that easier, also easier for Entorp as well. So just those 4 1 or 2 packs that are a bit harder due to your toss limitation and ego diffs you get rid of to get more toss. So this would really help out for when you're doing themed runs. I mean, first I'll grab that for base sinners. I just immediately grabbed that. Wait, is that tier 4? No, pretty sure it's tier 3, but okay. Major changes. Priority text. I thought this was last patch, but it wasn't. But a new UI element that shows hints for enemies or allied units, skills, passives, and buffs reading priorities is added. Okay, why did they put like the this shouldn't go over the text, the mark there? Oh, you can see my cursor this time. All right, but it shouldn't have that like bird warning thing there. Come on, it just blocks some text. It always has like the around it and like the weird background with the yellow on red text. That's all I really need. Priority hints to be toggled on or off either in your settings or in detailed info menu while in combat. Once updated on July 24th, the system will be applied only to hatred and despair encounters. So just what are they called again? Night of Despair. The priority hint UI will not be applied retroactively and will only apply to new elements in the future. Okay, so only for new ones. Okay. Bug fixes. Fix the issue where bottoming ego, the sword sharpener of tears, Rodion's passive, break, tear, and pierce effect did not work properly. Relevant effect. This unit had 2+ piercing sword before this turn's final base attack skill. Final turn hits, assume all of it instead to inflict sinking. Okay, before, the effect applied to this turn's first base attack skill. The effect not only applies to this turn's final base attack skill as written. Fix an issue where sword sharpener of tears, Rodion, despair T-word does not work properly. Relevant effect. On the first coin of a base attack skill, inflict plus more sinking talent once per turn for every negative 20 SP. Inflict plus more sinking talent with the above effects, max 2. 4. The effect did not inflict sinking talent with the first coin of a base attack skill. After, the effect now inflicts sinking talent with the first coin of a base attack skill as written. Okay, so or this could be seen as, you know, negative. This does make the sinking count better. If that was an issue with it, because they need that passive for the spare keyword to its sinking count, except for like the 2 on the still free. So it should be fine for sinking count. Because we compared to DSE Rhodia, it was only +2 sinking count with still free. Yeah, Social Primitive Rhodia does win there. It fixed typos and base factors increasing sanity for Bottom Ego, Name of Love and Hate, Don Trixo, and JP only. Just some typos. There's an issue where the Ego Diff T5 Perpetual Motion Machine does not work as intended. Relevant effect: after attack with a still free consumes or gains charge count on self. If the target is defeated, or if the ally who used as the still is at 3+ charge, they add 1 still free to the list of stills for upcoming next turn. Okay, so now before it was effect activated when empowered still free. The effect added empowered still free to the list of stills. The effect activates for empowered still free. It adds normal still free to the list of stills for upcoming turn. Oh, so it's just adding like the... What's the empowered charge still free? Wait a second. I don't... Who has that? There's... what? I don't remember a charge unit that has like a different still free. Is that just for... Oh, is it for Dawn? Maybe? I'm not too sure. I don't play charge for a reason. Fix an issue where the effects of near white super battery from charge type gloves add +10% max +10 more charge max charge count than written to certain identity. With Dawn Twixo. Now fix an issue where Bottom Ego, the Sword Champion of Tears, Rodion's animated illustration had an error. Okay. Bug fixes and changes. Fix issue where an entity who's supposed to use a -20 still for his turn, triggered by assist attack uses a +20. Huh? Wait, what? How does that work? I'm confused. How does a -20 become +20 with assist attack from P-Quad Captain Ishamael? I sort of want to try that out, but I feel like it would have been found out with like Entorp Sinclair or Sunshine Heathcliff, but it took all the way until these two to find that bug. This issue where when a combat encounter begins, the enemy passive is not unlocked. Okay, come on. Fix the issue where clearing a theme pack of mirrors does not unlock the featured boss list. Oh, that's for Hatred and Despair. Fix the issue where the Admiralty Knight of Despair is defeated at the same time with summoned swords. Initial gimmick animation plays after it's already played the defeat animation. 2 animations for its defeat. Wow. Fix an issue where Dawn Trixo Ego Name of Love and Hate animation is sped up. Visual effect using that still is not load properly. Fix an issue where Dawn Trixo Ego in the Name of Love and Hate still shows the incorrect damage sum from each toy under certain circumstances. The visual only issue, the damage is working as intended and will not be adjusted. There's an issue where the Yi Song exchange list Vergilius announcer is not labeled for limited tag. Fixed an issue! No, wait, address the issue? No, I read the wrong one, no. Address the issue where the names of certain identities will overlap with support identity tags. Ian only fixed the issue Wild Hunt Heathcliff's defense description sort of keyword tag where it shouldn't. It had despair on what meant more than despair on the defensive one, I believe. The special defensive one, I think. Yeah. I didn't check, but people were saying it. I didn't know if they were edited the photo or not, but that was a thing, I guess. Fix minor typos and indirect word choices in stores related to the 6th Walpurgis Night. Fix an issue where units appearing in the first turn of a focus encounter briefly show their aggro UI. In the first turn, wow. Fix an issue where the BGM subtitles don't show when entering a certain boss enemy's encounter for the first time in the Surrendered Witnessing. I wonder who has subtitles. I'm gonna upload that soon. Fix an issue where a certain boss's enemy's still animation background resource load incorrectly in the Surrendered Witnessing. Which one of the two is it? I don't know. Well, it takes 300 Rudency accounts created before July 31st. It means you can, from the 24th, you have a week for trading the town, I guess. This late into the game, it's bricked. But that's it. I forgot about patch notes. Alright, it's at least 2 hours since they were posted, I guess. I forgot. Okay, but anyways, I got them done. I think the big thing is the UI change for the text. Some standard bug fixes, but the UI thing. So normal, more casual players, I guess. So okay, that's all I need to know. And so they don't need to read. Oh, if you that Night of Despair passes, like, oh, they take less damage. That doesn't matter. The big warning signs like, oh, if any swords have helpless tears, by helpless tears to one sword, you have to take out a different sword every turn. Oh, Runia, wow. Oh man, what am I doing? Just woke up, reheated some leftover pizza. Now I'm retorting this. Man, what happened?